So I think the first thing that you need to think about, and James, I appreciate the intro, man. Honestly, anytime someone calls me, I respect the hustle, and I know the amount of work that it takes to build a practice. And even though it seems like it's just goofy videos and really showing off settlements and things like that, there's so much more to it. And I think for anyone that's thinking about starting on social, stop thinking, start doing. I think you should just immediately post, even if it's just something that's on your mind. I had this issue from the very beginning with thinking that I had to be perfect every single time that I put out a video. And now I have over 500 digital ads that are running between YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. And I'm out there, and I'm out there with money and showing checks, because I realized there's no lawyers that are really putting up settlement checks and bringing clients on video and saying, hey, look, here's the settlement that I got from this attorney. He did a fantastic job. And we even go live with clients. So we take advantage of that opportunity where you can be in front of so many people at once, tap into their own audiences, and just showcase what you can do. And within the first few minutes, you're going to have people engaged. So even just today, we had about $200,000 in settlement checks come in. Everyone is working from home. My secretary just goes into the office and gets the checks, scans them to me, shows them what we got, and then I say, you know what, I'm going to use that as an opportunity for content. I'm always looking for opportunities for content, and I think every lawyer should start with just the fundamentals of Q&A. If you're a personal injury lawyer, give people advice on what your practice entails and what you can do for them. Everyone has the same common questions. How much is my case worth? When do I need to go see a doctor? What do I need to do when I get pulled over by the police? So these are, very simple how-to videos that you can answer. But it's not so much just creating the content. It's knowing how you're going to post that content and who you're going to target. So right now I have, between multiple platforms, probably close to about 500,000 followers. And I realized that it all started small. I studied some of the greats like Jeff Bezos. And, when he started Amazon, it just started small. When you think about the CEO of FedEx, he put a $5,000 bet. When he went gambling, he put his entire company on a gamble in Vegas and was able to take his company out from imminent bankruptcy and, kept it moving. So for me, I know that everything starts small. And I know that a lot of people on this chat are looking for practical tips. So I should go into my story. I should tell you about how I'm from an immigrant family and, but I want to give you all some actionable tips right now. And I think first, you should target the people that already know you. Most of you already have 500 to 1,000 friends and family on your personal Facebook. Most of you do. And I promise you that not all of them know that you're a lawyer. So when one of them gets in an accident, or they need a will drawn up, or they have a criminal defense issue, and they don't hire you, you have failed. You have failed at marketing yourself to the people that are closest to you. Why on earth would you go and spend tens of thousands of dollars a month on a marketing budget and a plan with all these other people before your own friends and family know who you are, much less hire you when they need you? So, and this goes straight into my marketing strategy of how I started really building a critical mass of followers. I started with just going after my friends and family. And I learned this when I was, before I became an attorney, I worked in retail. I did some real estate. I did some car audio and video. So I learned that when I was working at this attorney's office, that was the one that just posted today. I learned that when I was working in this attorney's office, he almost compartmentalized his marketing, thinking that, okay, well, I only want to get my clients from this place and that's it. Clients come from everywhere. And as James was discussing earlier, the very first lead that he got, he didn't even realize that it was a lead because he wasn't looking for it. He was looking for opportunities in other areas. And so I think you should first start with what's right in front of you, which is your friends and your family on your Facebook profile. And the best way by far to get engagement and get people excited about your content is to give them something that gets them to give you feedback. So I always recommend people to start, if you've never put out a video on social, create a video, a 1-minute video. You don't have to do all the subtitles and the edits and all that other stuff. Just create a 1-minute video and post it on your personal Facebook page. And then ask all of your friends to give you constructive criticism and feedback on your video. And do it in a way that's humble. Like, hey guys, I really need some help on this video. I'm starting this new video strategy. What do you guys think about this video? Or how can I make this video better? I'm always looking for ways to get people engaged because, and I have some content that's going to come out on this, soon. You really need to have people engage within the first 3 to 5 seconds of your video. And if your video starts with, hi, I'm attorney Ali Awad with Ali Awad Law PC here in Atlanta, Georgia, and we specialize in personal injury cases, you've already lost them. And if you think about how these social media platforms work, the more people stay on those platforms, the more money they can make by running ads to those people. So you have to engage people from the first 3 to 5 seconds. So we've always evolved and made our content better because we realized people have a short attention span. If we can't capture their attention within the first 3 to 5 seconds, you've lost them. But if you do get their attention, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, they're going to show these videos to more people because they know they're going to make money by showing that video to more people. So it benefits you to make good content. And so if you have good content based off of the level of engagement that you get. Now you can do engagement hacks, like I just said, where you encourage your followers to say, hey, look, I need you guys' feedback on this. I need some constructive criticism. Tell me how I can make this video better. There's a lot of ways you can get engagement hacks. When my website first came out, and just to give you all a little perspective, in 2018, I spent a total of $6,698 in ad spend on social media, $6,698, and generated $3.2 million in settlements for my firm. This wasn't like one of those 7-figure earners that are out there saying, hey, I generated 7 figures for someone else because I ran this website and, we're affiliate links and all. No. I had over $1 million in attorney's fees personally in 2018. And for the first half of that year, I was still living with a roommate paying $300 a month in rent. So I was so deep into the social media game because I couldn't afford anything else. I could barely afford to pay my rent, much less run ads. So I was basing this off of just create content, see who actually engages, and then boost it to my friends and to the followers of my friends. And that's how it starts. You start by you putting $5 into it, $10 into it, and seeing what engages more. And by the way, in 2018, I didn't have a website. In 2018, I only had one paralegal. In 2018, it was all like, I didn't even have my own MacBook. I think I was borrowing someone's. So it was all just from my phone.
Here's a question. So what have you, if you're comfortable with sharing, what have you range-wise worked your budget up to on social, YouTube, et cetera, monthly?
Well, between content creation, so I have 2 full-time video editors and I have an ads manager. We're about $100,000 a month now. But that's also because branding to me is more important than client acquisition. If you're a numbers guy, well, because if you're a numbers guy, most people contact marketing agencies and say, hey, well, if I spend this much, how much should I get back?
Yep.
But that's not the end of the analysis. The analysis should be, what's the quality of the case that I'm getting? And you can only quantifiably determine the value and the quality of that case when you have your own brand. When people reach out to me, they're not going to hire anyone else. They know they want me. And they don't even have to talk to me. They're going to talk to my intake director or someone else. And they know as long as Ali Awad as long as his name is on the paperwork, that's who I want to hire. So my numbers last year were not impressive. I was almost $3,400 cost per case. $3,400. That's very expensive in any market in the United States. But the quality of my cases was significantly higher. So in Atlanta, you know that the average cost per case is between $1,000 to $1,500, depending on where you're getting your case from. But that same average in terms of attorney's fees is between $4,000 to $7,000. Well, my average on attorney's fees was $17,000. So it was okay to spend $3,400 on acquiring that client because it was a much higher quality case. And I did that by creating content to educate people how to maximize the value of their case. What's the best thing that could possibly happen to you as a personal injury attorney? Someone calling you from the accident scene. That's the best thing that could happen. Because you say, hey, look, you shut up. You don't say that you're fine because your body is still going through adrenaline. You don't know if you're fine. I just got your picture. Your car is totaled. The airbag's deployed. You're going to be hurting. You want to take pictures immediately. Take pictures of the accident scene right then and there. Get that other person's driver's license information, their tag number. If they flee the scene, at least you have it. And people do that to me all the time. I even have chatbots on Facebook where it communicates with the client. It asks them, hey, were you hurt? What are your injuries? When did the accident happen? And some of these leads say 10 minutes ago.
Yep.
It's like,
I have a point right there. And for any of you who are wondering, how do you, like, the biggest thing of the people on this call right now that's going to prevent you from taking action is you don't have what CEO lawyers built. You don't have what top dogs built. That's what's going to go through the back of your mind. But in order to build that, you need something, right? You need to do something. So I'm going to show you guys something that's pretty funny looking back on. This is what motivated me when I started the YouTube channel. 200 videos later, this is the first video I posted. Check this out. 2 years ago, I didn't post a freaking video for a year. I did one video, all out, freaking amazing video. Done. Nothing. Year. Okay. Then I did a big brand intro video, hired a videographer. Remember that, James? We hired Steven. He did the whole editing.
Yep.
High-fiving. Oh my God. Then James hires him. We're like, oh, he's the best. Then no videos. Then I do like one little video here. Then I made a public commitment to my company that, hey guys, I'm going to give up operations and I'm going to focus exclusively on content marketing now. Right? So then, we started putting out 24 videos a month, no matter what. I have videos for every freaking keyword you can imagine. The reason I show this is because when I got started, my video quality has dramatically improved. And, the thing that got me going in the beginning was when I'd get a freaking sales call, I was so pumped about my videos that on that sales call, I'd be like, you know what? I just answered the question you asked on my YouTube channel. Oh man, here's the link. Here, that's me. Go check it out. Oh man, you're gonna love the YouTube channel. And we would our close rate like doubled because I was capturing my knowledge. I was scaling who I am, the person they were buying into, right? But I was also scaling my knowledge, right? And I didn't realize that at the time. Even though I got no views, even though I got no engagement, if you go all in on Instagram, if you go all in on one platform, you can use it as a fuel for all of your sales and branding activities by pushing people to that channel and saying, you know what? Scroll through my Instagram a little. I just did a video on that. I'm sure, and I pronounce it Ali or Ali.
Yeah, Ali, like Muhammad Ali. And
Ali,
Awad,
got it. All right, I had it right. So when Ali released the $200,000 settlement video, immediately, bing, light bulb, let me bring this up. I'm sure that'll come up on a call. The most important thing I found now that I'm out of the sales role primarily in my business is making sure your sales team knows when you release new videos on new topics. So they have to go through now. We make it mandatory in the company. They have to go through. They have to know what we have like content on so that you can use that as fuel to your sales process. So if you're looking for any motivation, reasons, why should I get started? It's to scale your knowledge, to create a buffet of, oh, here's how you deal with the, healthcare going virtual. Here's how you deal with this. Then you can put them into YouTube videos and you can use it as fuel in everything you do. Did you guys do that when you started?
Well, honestly, when I started, I was just broke and I didn't have anything else to do. So I was just creating videos. It started on Snapchat though. So I built a pretty large following on Snapchat, and then I took that following and put it into Instagram. And now that Instagram following kind of started leaking over into TikTok, and you just kind of keep getting better and better at it. It seems like every 2 to 3 years, there's just a new platform that emerges. Main difference between YouTube and literally all of the other social media platforms is that YouTube isn't a social media platform. It's a search engine. And so you can almost reverse engineer your videos and search by the most commonly searched phrase and say, hey, people are always looking for how to get the most money on my case. Well, make sure that you say that in your video, and you can, reverse engineer your title to where it answers the question that they're already searching. But in terms of how I started, I honestly just kept doing things that I felt were entertaining. You got to entertain first and educate second. And, boring dies. People don't want to, and, James mentioned this earlier about if you go to a person's page and it's all advertisements, no one, like not even your mom is going to want to watch that all the time. It's just boring. So my page has evolved so much now that you're like, is this guy even a personal injury lawyer? Like, I talk about taxes because I had a tax business for a couple of years. I talk about the stimulus checks that are coming out. I talk about criminal defense things. I talk about immigration because I speak multiple languages. I'm looking for ways to engage people differently because, James, I'm sure you'd agree, you can only say so much about personal injury. You want to give people more value than just, hey, I'm a personal injury lawyer, hire me. Well, you got to go deeper, and you can only go deeper by testing different content.
Can I make one point too? Is pick one platform to start. You don't Awad, and now I've kind of diversified into other social media platforms. So, TikTok and LinkedIn and Facebook, but pick one where your clients are. If you're an estate planning attorney who's targeting professionals, maybe you want to do LinkedIn, right? Pick the platform that makes the most sense, that you're the most comfortable with, and let's just record the first video and start posting.
That's right. And keep in mind, guys, that Facebook is still king because Facebook is such an old platform because it's been around for so long. You can't get anywhere near as much automation on any other platform. You can't. TikTok is so brand new. There's no sort of automation. There's no real automation with Instagram besides maybe hiring a VA and having them respond back. Whereas right now I'm looking at my leads that have just come in, and clients will reach out to me on Ali Awad Law PC on Facebook, and they'll go through a series of automated questions. And as long as they answer those questions, it's going to hit them back with a follow-up question. So it qualifies the case before we even get on the phone. I realized from the very beginning, like most firms have a massive intake department. Why do you need so many people in an intake department? Why can't you just get good quality cases? And then I tried buying leads. I bought leads for an entire year and realized, man, my leads are way better than the ones that I'm paying for. So it just made more sense to brand. And what I was going to say earlier was, by testing different types of content, you can see what works great. So this was a video that I posted just a couple of days ago.
He's
good?
The beard, everything. Good.
Back like he never left.
Because you need this. You guys need this. And I don't know how many people are in this Zoom call, but I promise you, people pay me $1,000 an hour to teach them what I'm about to show you right now. So on this video, it was about a 45 to 50-second video about what to do when you're involved in a traffic stop. Okay. It's no secret that white privilege exists. And if you're black or if you're a person of color, you probably have something to worry about when you're stopped by the police. My parents are Middle Eastern immigrants. So my dad and my mom weren't even citizens until I graduated high school. So we were deathly scared of the police all the time. And we had to make sure that anytime a police stop occurred, we wanted to make sure that we were safe and we didn't do anything that could potentially cause someone to end up in jail or hurt or even worse, dead. So I did this video about, hey, here are the 6 things that you need to do when you're involved in a traffic stop. And a quick tip for you guys that don't have video editors and you're not very, savvy, technologically savvy with Adobe Premiere and these other softwares, you can create a video in TikTok. And TikTok will allow you to put up the captions in a video because about 80% of viewers on social media watch their videos with the audio off. So if you have subtitles on your video or if you have captions, they're going to enjoy that content and most likely stay on it instead of just having a video that's absolutely raw. So you record a video in TikTok. You put the subtitles in TikTok, and then you save that video to your camera roll and you post it on Instagram. Well, TikTok has a watermark. So they have the watermark at the top and at the bottom. Well, if you shoot your video far enough away, your face is away from the rest of the watermark. So now all of the videos that I have on Instagram don't have the TikTok watermark. So I've been able to repurpose these videos on other platforms. Needless to say, I posted this video 2 days ago. And if you can look kind of like at my insights, let's see.
Yep.
This video was saved 1,480 times, and it was shared 338 times. It reached 23,000 people. So who do you think I'm going to target with this video? I'm going to target people that like civil rights activism, people that are fans of the NAACP, African Americans in Metro Atlanta, which there's over 1 million of them. And I'm going to give them this free information just to come and visit my page. It's not intended to generate a personal injury client. Not at all. It's intended for you to realize that I'm a badass dude and I give free legal advice and you should follow my page. And then I can hit them with a lot more content back to back to back. So James does something very similar in Philly where his target audience seems to be the single moms in Philadelphia. And that's his niche. So whenever he puts out a video about it or he does a giveaway, I notice his page just blows up, more comments than I can ever imagine because it's free money. Well, that's genius because even after the drop off, even if you have 10 to 20% of the people drop off, you still have the majority of the people on your page from where? From Philadelphia. Like, you can't get better than that. So I was going to take a page out of James' book and I was like, man, how can I do something like this for Atlanta? Well, I thought that I had to copy, and for the most part, it's okay to copy. Just do better.
We'll copy each other, and I'll tell you, hey, look, this looks a lot like your video, and then we'll have a nice little laugh about it.
It's okay to copy. Just copy and then and adapt and do better. So this video, it's sort of like it's similar to James' idea of going after the Philly moms, right? Because anytime they're in accidents, the moms love talking to each other on Facebook. They love tagging each other. I can do the same thing with a video that has nothing to do with personal injury. Neither do your giveaways. They have nothing to do with personal injury. It's all about giving back to the community. And the best thing that you can share with your community is right here. If you give people free advice, you teach them things that they otherwise wouldn't know. And believe me, even if you spent 3 years doing real estate investing and you think it has nothing to do with your personal injury practice, think again. Anything that you can put online to give value to other people, you should post it. And my brother's also a personal injury attorney. His most viewed videos are keto hacks because he's on the ketogenic diet. And I'm like, why would you do something like that? Well, it gets people's attention and it gets them to their page. So, my roommate didn't pay my Wi-Fi bill. That's why it's
That's
going
funny.
in and out.